Hello, my name is Danny Crumno, and I thought I'd make a short video here. As you can see, I'm just the average old redneck here. I am not sponsored by any company, so this is a completely unbiased report. At one time, yes, I was on the pro staff of Pulsar, but that is no longer. And so I am completely unsponsored. Everything I tell you today, I'm not being paid by anyone to give you this advice. So let me start off by I constantly get questions. Everybody will come up, what kind of night vision should I buy? Well, it's like this. If you really want to get cheap night vision, I recommend the Pulsar night vision, the digital night vision. I have one, I don't even remember the model number and all that. And I wouldn't call it cheap. I think I paid something like $1,600 or $1,800 for this thing. But it is night vision. And it can be used in the daytime. Now, most night vision, the really good, high-quality night vision products, cannot be used in the daytime. Fact is, some of the old military tube stuff, if you pull the cover off in the daytime, it's instantly fried. It's gone. You've wasted your money. But some of the Pulsar digital stuff, and I can't tell you the other companies because I don't know their products, they also make digital stuff that can be used in the daytime, but it's not very good. If you want a scope that can be used at night and during the day and all that, you have to go thermal. Thermal is the choice. Now, I'm going to tell you, all these guys are going to say, well, my resolution is great. I can see this, I can see that at 1,000 yards, 2,000 yards, whatever. Well, that might be true, but show me the one that can pick up his gun and hit an animal at 1,000 yards. There ain't any of them, so you're wasting your money on these really high resolution thermals out there. Now, when I talk about high resolution thermals, I'm not talking about Pulsar or AGM or all that. I'm talking about Envision, Trigicon, and all of that. These things can run you over $10,000 for a thermal unit. And I'm here to tell you, I've looked through them. They are fantastic to look through at night, and I'm sure that they hold together well and work well. But let's be realistic, folks. Very rarely are you going to ever shoot over 200 yards, especially at night. In the daytime, I've got a 308 right here in my hands, and this is a highly specialized 308. This is a brace built, and without specialized bullets like 175 grains, 800 yards is your maximum, because what's going to happen, the bullet is going to slow down to subsonic, and it's going to start tumbling at about 800 yards. And you shoot to 1,000 yards, you ain't going to hit nothing. I load light bullets. I use 125 grain bullets, and I am comfortable killing a hog with this unit at 300 yards, even at night. But let's back up a little bit. Let's talk about these thermals. Yeah, Trigicon or Envision or some of these others, yep, you can sure tell what it is at 300 yards. You can tell if it's a deer, a hog, or whatever. But you're paying way a lot more money than this little Rattler right here. A whole lot. You can probably buy 4 Rattlers for what you can buy one of those. Now, I'm not telling you those are bad units, because they're fantastic units. And if my life had to depend on it, I'd probably want to own one. But I'm shooting 200 to 300 yards absolutely max. At the end of this video, I'm going to show you a video that was made out of this scope right here. And the yardage wasn't far. I'm going to say 50, 60 yards on a coyote. This is only a 384 resolution. It's not a lot. This scope, I think they sell for like $2,400. I can't really find anything wrong with it right now. You see this tape right here? This tape is that $30 external battery pack that I bought through North Texas Pigging, and it has LEDs on it that are too bright at night, so I just put 2 pieces of masking tape over it to dim it down. But back to our subject. Yes, you will need, eventually, you'll need that resolution for something. Well, if you're not scanning with your gun, you're going to be scanning with a monocular. Now, every hunter is going to have a monocular. You're going to be riding down the road looking out the pickup window or whatever. You're not going to wave your gun out there, and you're not going to constantly all night long wave your gun from side to side, looking for a hog. That's going to get old. This little rifle right here with all these accessories, it's heavy. You're going to need a monocular. And if you're with another experienced hunter, he's going to have a monocular, believe me. That's where you need to put your money into. Now, I wouldn't know if this is top of the line or not. This is a Pulsar Helion. It is a 640. And we look at hogs and deer and things at 400 to 500 yards every night, and you can tell the difference. Now, yeah, it gets a little blurry or whatever, but this Helion works pretty good. I've had this one. This one is 4 or 5 years old at least. If you'll notice right here, the eyepiece is eat off of it. That comes from the skeeter dope that I put on myself. And you know, that skeeter dope, we call it that because I believe it draws as many as it keeps away. But it'll also eat up your rubber. I got a rubber band around the end of the cap here. I broke that a long time ago, but it just never caused me no problem, so I keep using it like that. You have to put your money into a monocular, and the reason is you get out at night and you see an armadillo over there at 100 yards. Armadillos look just like hogs. They got a curved back, they move kind of similar, and at 100 yards it'll look like a hog at 400. Next thing you know, you done got your gun out, set up your stand, and you've walked a couple hundred yards, and all of a sudden the hog is gone. And then you realize you were seeing an armadillo. Deer, same way. You know, we look for the neck on a deer. And you get your gun out. If you've got one of these really high dollar scopes, like a Trigicon or all them, yeah, you can tell the difference. You can see. But you're not going to be waving that all night long. You're not going to be sticking out your window. I hope not, because the game warden needs to get you then. But you'll be carrying a monocular. Put your money in the monocular. Put your money, we just call them scanners. That's where you need your high resolution. That's where you need your magnification. Now, I'm here to tell you, I was on Pulsar staff. I didn't get a discount on anything. The only thing that I got was a free shirt. And the reason being, before I got on their staff, I already had my equipment. And so I paid the same price that you will pay for all of this stuff. And this Helion was worth every penny. I mean, it really makes the difference, because you go across a plowed field thinking you're sneaking up on a dadgum hog, and it turns out to be an armadillo. You're going thinking, well, I sure wished I'd spent that money and got that good monocular. Now, AGM makes some of the best price monoculars I've seen. Now, I'm thinking this one sells, if I remember right, somewhere around 4,000. AGM has them for, I think, 2,000 to 3,000. But do not go cheap. I'm telling you, go the high resolution. You need the 640 on the monocular. Now, on the scope, like I said, I'm going to show you a video that was made out of this one. This is just a 384 Rattler. That's all this is. I don't see why you need something more high than that. If you can afford it and you got plenty of money, absolutely go buy you the best you can, because it's hunting equipment. But before you do that, you need to check with who your dealer is and how they're going to take care of you, because this is my second Rattler. My first one had a software problem. I don't know where it come from or whatever, but I only had it 1 or 2 days and it didn't work. I called AGM and they said, send it back, we'll send you another one. Called my dealer, which was Jesse Snyder out of Holly Gun Range. Jesse Snyder said, no, don't send that thing in, just bring it up here, I'll give you another one. So within a day I had a brand new scope, and this one has been riding on my Honda four-wheeler side by side now 5 or 6 hunts. It holds point of impact. I have not seen it get off, so I'm happy with that. That's a cheap scope, but if I can hit what I'm aiming at and I know what I'm aiming at, that is the important thing right there. You see, I got these brass catchers on here. I do not like to leave anything in the field, especially my empty hulls. This is a 308, and I can get 308 hulls pretty easy, but I still catch them. I want to look at them, see if they got problems, whatever. You know, reloading stuff, I reload all my ammunition. It's hard to get right now. I don't know when, if ever, it's going to get better, but I want to keep my cases. Now, that holds especially true when I start shooting this. This is a 6.5 Grendel. These things are like gold. I sure don't want to lose these cases. And you see, I've got Caldwell brass catchers on these things. And for a AR-15 type rifle, I don't think these are the best anymore. If you have a standard AR-15 in 6.5 Grendel, 300 Blackout, 223, all of those regular AR-15 calibers, you probably need this right here. This is called a brass goat. This thing is just as handy as you ever want to see. And what I like about this, it don't even have to attach to anything but your magazine weld. This thing just pops off here. I'm not going to do it because I'll make myself look silly and not be able to get it back on or something like that. But brass goat. BRASSGOAT. These things are wonderful. The only thing different that they could do, I wish they could do, is fix it where it'd work on an AR-10. And so far they don't have them. But brass goat. This is a little AR-15 and 223. I use this for coyotes during the daytime or bad guys, whatever. And I love this little gun. Also, we'll talk about suppressors here just a little bit. If I can get that to stand up. If you notice this one right here, this is a Omega by Silencer Co. This thing originally cost me, I believe, $1,200, and then I had the ATF tax of $200, so about $1,400. This will not work on any of my AR-10s that I have. It throws them out of time. It works on, this is on a 6.5 Grendel. It works on 223. All the AR-15 calibers works fantastic. Of course, it'll work on a bolt action, but I paid $1,400 for that when I first got it. Then you get into things like this right here. This is a Yankee Hill Machine resonator. This is almost half price. And I know I've got the covers on it. This cover right here cost me, I believe, $25. I bought it from Eric Pekachik at JEP Firearms. I got all my suppressors from him. This Yankee Hill Machine is at least half price of what the Omega was, and it works. The 308s, AR-10s, they really don't like the suppressors. They're real finicky. This one works on it. So shop around, folks. You gotta be suppressed. A lot of the landowners that we have now require us to be suppressed. And the reason for that, they may have houses in the area. They don't want you disturbing them, whatever. And after about 400 yards, you won't hear one of these things go off. Now, you'll hear the bullet crack if they're shooting near you, but you won't hear the report. So that's just a little bit of that. I'll show you the video out of this. If you go to my website, which is let's rephrase that. If you will go to my YouTube site, it's Danny, D-A-N-N-Y, Krumnow, K-R-U-M-N-O-W. That's K-R-U-M-N-O-W. You'll get my videos, and about 99% of my videos were made with this Pulsar here, and some of them with the Helion. And I'm gonna tell you, a lot of them are real blurry. I don't like that PIP. Some people like it, but to me, I just don't like it. And I zoom my rifles in. And when you say zoom them in, what does that mean? That means that I go from 1 power to about 10 as far as I can shoot with the Pulsar, but they get grainy. They're digital zoom, so don't think any about that. If they're a little blurry, you know I've got it zoomed in, and that's not a big deal. Also, you got to remember that some quality of the video is lost when you put it on YouTube. They automatically downsize your videos and all of that. So, to recap, I'm gonna put a video from a 384. Immediately after that, you can go to my YouTube site, Danny Krumnow, and see all the videos. I don't know, I've got probably 30, 40 of them made with the Pulsar there. The other thing is this little Mulefly webcam I've got here, and I only paid $120 for this thing, and it does a fantastic job. Also, immediately after that video, I'm going to post on the dealers now. Like I said, I am not sponsored by anybody, but I am really impressed with this little AGM scope. I know a lot of the dealers around here. I'll put their names up. Jason Price, I think they're called Feral Outdoors. Joseph Blue, Hickory Flat Boars. I actually hunt with Joseph some. He's an AGM dealer. I bought one from Jesse Snyder. I think he is Holly Gun Range. And I know I'm going to forget somebody, but that is the main ones I deal with. Paul Tyson, North Texas Piggin. He's where I got the power supplies. I can't recommend these more, folks. Yeah, if it was perfect, the power supply, you know, a lot of these scopes use these 1, 2, 3 batteries in them, and I ain't gonna say they're crap, but they're expensive. You buy one of these, cost you about 30 bucks. You just plug it in, you don't worry about that battery no more. And you know, Pulsar's got the same thing. Pulsar's got batteries. They're proprietary. This little scope here has just got a plain ordinary battery on it. They cost about $100, but they last forever, and they just don't seem to go bad. They don't have the 1, 2, 3s, and they come with a battery. You can buy extra. That's something else you want to look to. But if you don't get one word of wisdom from me, or a couple, do not buy your scope for the resolution. You need the resolution on the monocular when you're hunting, and you're going to need both eventually. The other thing is customer service. If you know eventually, if you hunt them a lot, you're going to need a part. You're going to need something for your scope. Your scope may go bad. Well, the cheapest one out there right now is this AGM scope. I've got a Rattler 35, and it's $2,400. I cannot afford to waste $2,400. AGM has a 3-year warranty. I believe Pulsar has the same. Yeah, I've sent Pulsar scopes back a couple times. I always get them back quick. A lot of times I'll need something, like right now, I need this eyepiece. And like I said, the skeeter dope eat it up. One of my buddies, Kevin Reese from Pulsar, is supposed to be sending me one now. If you break them out, Pulsar will have you one in no time. And you know, that stuff happens. I mean, how many times have my rifles fell off the stand at night? And I've actually had hogs, a bunch of them, come running dead at me and run over my gun. I mean, it's happened. It happened more than once. While we're talking about that, you're going to need a rifle rest or a rifle stand. Cope flogger or Kofa flogger or whatever, I really think they're the best, hands down, but they're also the most expensive. They're about $550. The next in line is going to be a Bog Pod Death Grip. Now, the Death Grip, I had to take my Dremel tool and cut a hole out because it kept wanting to spin my rifle sideways. And my other thing about the death grip is that the tripod that it comes with, the legs are real floppy. Uh, what a lot of y'all probably don't know is that if we ride by and spot a hog out in the distance, the first thing we're going to do is get our rifle rest out, and then we're going to clamp it into the rest immediately before you leave the truck. Then you pick up the whole thing, the rifle rest and the rifle, and drape it over your neck, and you start walking. And that has to be securely clamped on there for that to work. Now, a lot of people use all kind of rest and all that, but if you're going to get into this and you're going to do it for any time, you're going to need a real rifle rest. So we're getting ready to end this. Look at the end of this video for the 384 video. I wished I could have got more. Unfortunately, I keep forgetting to turn it on. That is one advantage of the Pulsar here. The Pulsar, I think they call it RAV. It automatically activates the video. I'm not going to run down Pulsar at all for being a little more expensive. Pulsar also does audio. The AGM there only does video, no audio. So all you folks that run me down for cussing when I miss a coyote or whatever, you're not going to hear it on that one. You'll hear it on this one. And I've regretted what I've said at times, so I really don't miss the audio much. I also got a remote control here that on the Pulsar that activates pretty much everything that you use. I do like that. I know why you ask, why is it up on the scope? Well, because it gets up out of the way, out of the rifle rest, and there's only 3 buttons on it, and they're kind of different levels, so it's easy to hit and know what I'm hitting. So look for the video at the end of this, and at the end of the video I'm going to show you a list of dealers. I didn't mention Cellmark, but actually Cellmark is the Pulsar place in this area. I really don't know who all sells Pulsar. I think Eric Pekacic is JEP Firearms. I think he's a Pulsar dealer. I'm not sure, but anyhow, remember, night vision, not so good, and it's nighttime. It will work during the daytime if you get some of this digital stuff, but not that great. Thermal works day or night, anytime. And so I recommend thermal. I recommend that you go cheap on your rifle, spend your money on the Monocular, and you won't regret it. Stand by for the videos, and then I'll give you a list of dealers there. So anyhow, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. I make nothing off these videos. I need some subscribers. So thank you, folks. Okay, this is a list of dealers that I know and have done business with where you can get thermals. And I'm not going to read it, whatever. I'm not really pushing for any certain one, although Joseph Ballou and Jesse Snyder have guaranteed me that if you buy a thermal from them, they'll give you a free wink and smile as you walk out the door. Thank you for watching.